Did you know that just 2 lions single-handedly stopped the construction of a railway line? I mean, in a way, you could say these 2 ferocious lions caused the deaths of dozens of British workers, made hundreds flee, and triggered a national crisis in the 19th century. Or have you ever heard about a group of 6 lions called the Mapogo, who killed more than 100 other lions, including cubs and lionesses? And they did all that just to protect their territory. This video is about fascinating creatures that, not just in ancient legends but in actual reality, had something like their very own armies, had complex politics, killed and ruled over their domains. You heard that right. Lions that, like real kings, were allied, united, and warlike. Let's go back to the year 1898 in East Africa. 2 massive lions with short manes would attack the tents of the railway workers from Uganda to Kenya, under British supervision, every night just like shadows. You should know that these attacks happened without any noise or commotion, and the only thing left behind was a trail of blood. These 2 lions became known as the man-eating lions of Tsavo. Interestingly, Colonel John Henry Patterson, who was in charge of building the bridge over the Tsavo River, became so enraged after more than 30 of his workers disappeared that he grabbed his rifle and said, "Either I kill them or they kill me." These lions would approach with cunning, escape from traps, and go after the workers. But in the end, Patterson managed to design a trap, kill one of them first, and after weeks he killed the second one too. Now, the skins of these 2 lions are mounted on a wall in the Field Museum in Chicago. Of course, since their skins were significantly damaged when they were taken to the museum, their final appearance is a bit smaller than the original live lions, but even so, they still look pretty terrifying and serve as a stark reminder of the nightmare of those days when these lions used to eat people. It's interesting to know that lions aren't usually man-eaters, but if the circumstances arise, they can become man-eaters. In fact, lions mainly hunt herbivorous animals like zebras, buffalo, gazelles, or cattle. However, there are various reasons why some lions might turn to eating humans. For example, if a lion has a broken tooth or can't hunt its usual prey, it might go after humans because it's easier. Plus, humans usually don't have weapons, they're slower, and they often sleep unprotected in camps or on farms. Some researchers also say that due to a lack of prey and famine conditions, humans can sometimes be the best option for lions. Others believe that the Tsavo lions developed a taste for human flesh after trying it once, and that's why they continued to hunt and kill humans on a large scale. Now let's move on to another ruthless lion, a large lion that, including its tail, could reach 3 meters in length, that's almost 10 feet, and weigh over 230 kilograms, or more than 500 pounds. That's right, this lion actually existed, and it was called the Barbary lion. Barbary lions once majestically ruled the vast Atlas Mountains, encompassing Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, and even parts of southern Africa. At one time, they were widely known as the lions of the Roman Empire, primarily because these powerful lions were frequently shipped to Rome and extensively used in brutal gladiatorial shows. But why are Barbary lions known as some of the most ruthless in ancient Rome? When a gladiator was about to fight a lion, he would pray that his opponent wasn't a Barbary lion, because they didn't come just for show or play. They came only to kill. So from the very moment they entered the arena, they made one thing clear, and that was nothing but the dark face of death. One historical record indicates that in the Colosseum, the ancient and massive Roman arena where people gathered to watch gladiator battles, a Barbary lion managed to kill 3 gladiators in less than 3 minutes. Break time equals 0.5s/. Theorists say that these lions had greater physical strength, agility, and hunting intelligence than today's lions. However, unfortunately, they are now extinct in the wild, but their DNA still exists in some zoos. For example, the Rabat Zoo in Morocco or the Bristol Zoo in England. In fact, There are still lions that possess a strong genetic relationship with Barbary lions, so there is still considerable hope that through careful selective breeding or even genetic cloning, their lineage could be successfully restored in the future. Now we come to the scariest and perhaps the most incredibly badass lions of all time, the legendary Mapogo. In the year 2006, 6 formidable male lions formed a powerful alliance in the expansive Sabi Sands area, which is situated directly next to the renowned Kruger National Park in the beautiful country of South Africa. These particular lions did something remarkably strange that had never been witnessed before in the entire wildlife world. They killed over 100 other lions, both males and females, from adults to cubs. What was their purpose in all this killing? Obviously, it was for dominance, not for food. Interestingly, the name of the lion group, Mapogo, was taken from a South African security company called Mapogo e Mafemiga. This company was known for being tough and ruthless, so its name really fit the character of the lion group. In fact, each member of this male lion group had his own unique personality. Makulu was the leader of the group, like the commander of the lion army. Mr. T was the most aggressive member of the group, a lion with wild and terrifying behavior. Kinky Tail was the group's warrior, always ready for a fight. Pretty Boy, unlike the others, had a cute and handsome appearance, but that didn't make him any less intimidating. Dreadlock and Rasta, these two were also fierce and tough lions, and as their names suggest, they had a unique look and interesting style. In fact, in reggae and Jamaican culture, dreadlock and Rasta refer to hairstyles. Here too, because of the long, braided manes these lions had, they were given these names. All of these lions, except for Makulu, were brothers. This lion coalition took over territories as vast as 70,000 hectares, or 270 square miles, and brought 8 prides under their control. They would kill their enemies and even eat their bodies. They even fought among themselves. For example, after a while, Mr. T and Kinky Tail split off and took over the northern part of the territory. However, in 2010, a new group of male lions appeared in the same area called the Majinjalane. They were a group of 4 who moved forward in a very organized and calculated way. It was as if they were planning for domination and war. The story of the battle between these 2 groups of lions is more thrilling than any movie. In fact, these 2 groups clashed with each other for control of the territory, and eventually the Majinjalane group managed to defeat the Mapogos. Many members of the Mapogos, including Kinky Tail, were killed or injured in these conflicts, and only a few members, like Makulu and Pretty Boy, were forced to leave their territory. Well, we've now gotten to know 3 of the most ruthless lions in history. If you ask me, I never thought there would come a day when lions would kill not for hunting, but for rule and power. So maybe the animal world isn't all that different from ours, because power in any position always demands a sacrifice, whether it's in the political world of humans or in the wild among animals. Now it's your turn. Write in the comments which of these lions you found the most fascinating. In the world of lions, there's only one rule: hunt or be hunted. When it comes to territory, power, and survival, there's no mercy. Not even between brothers. It might sound strange, but even though these lions were animals, their behavior reminded us more of kings, generals, and even the mafia in the human world. So, the story of these lions teaches us that survival is not always a simple deal. Sometimes you have to fight, sometimes you have to retreat, and sometimes you just have to hope you're not the next prey.